My name is Brea Warren, and today my presentation will be about vaccines. In the previous pictures shown, would you want your current, future child, or any of the children in your family to be sick like that? I wouldn't either. This is why I have taken the stance that vaccines should be government mandated for all children in the United States. For the most part, I'm hoping my message will reach out to all the new parents in America and current parents who may be anti-vaxxers. My goal is to change their opinion on vaccines and to help them realize that not all vaccines are that bad. Vaccines have worked so well to the point that some people don't even realize the dangers that they used to pose on the world. Many people can testify to the fact that these were very unpleasant times, and thanks to vaccines, the rates of these diseases have been reduced to a great amount, and some diseases have even been eradicated. When it comes to preventable diseases and viruses, the children that are most at risk are infants. And one of the diseases that can really impact them is the pertussis disease, which is also known as whooping cough. One of the studies I found regarding this was about a study done in rural Canada, and the place was called Haida Gwaii. And the researchers found that many of the children were very sick and were getting this pertussis disease because many of the children weren't vaccinated, which caused the disease to spread. And so the researchers had to act fast, and they had to figure out the best way that they could get all of the children immediately taken care of and vaccinated without spreading the disease even more. This shows how when children aren't vaccinated, it can easily be spread, and it impacts not only the person who hasn't been vaccinated, their child, but also all the other children who haven't had a chance to be vaccinated, which is why it can really cause a ripple effect when people don't get their children vaccinated. Another one of my sources from Orenstein and Rafi says, vaccines provide individual and community protection because of their effectiveness. This goes back to my point that vaccines have a very vital role in preventing diseases and sickness in our community. And when children aren't vaccinated, they still have the risk of spreading diseases to other children who haven't had the chance to be vaccinated. Since vaccines were introduced in 1940 to 1970, there has been a 150 out of 100,000 to 1 out of 100,000 drop in the rate of disease. And this was from Chip and Amen et al. This drop in diseases shows how when diseases and viruses are treated effectively by vaccines, it can greatly decrease the rates and help the better of the community. However, I can understand the point of view of anti-vaxxers because at some point there was an ingredient in vaccine called thimerosal that used to lead people to believe that vaccines were causing autism. At one point, thimerosal was a very big ingredient in vaccines because it helped prevent bacteria in the vaccines when they were used multiple times. However, as time progressed, thimerosal was taken out of most vaccines and has now not been used as much. And research has proven that vaccines don't cause autism. This is due to Novella, which is my source. My source, Novella, also states that autism that seems to have been caused by vaccines is more likely the result of genetics. Most people don't want to believe this because they don't want to believe that their genetic could have given their child autism. So, in turn, they may start to blame vaccines and etc. My stance could still use more support from research-driven articles, but overall, I do believe my hypothesis has a substantial amount of data to back it up. One of the questions I still have about my topic that I'm hoping to get the answer to is, how can anti-vaxxers honestly feel safe about not getting their children vaccinated when there's so many terrible diseases and viruses out there that could easily be prevented? In the end, I expect that government-mandated vaccine will possibly be something that will be enforced in the future. However, if it were to be proposed to the government, there would certainly be a very long debate about it. It's not something that can be figured out immediately because the government has a certain code of ethic it has to abide by when it comes to forcing parents to do something for their children. Nevertheless, seeing as how vaccines are steadily improving, I believe it would be safer and better for our children of tomorrow if everyone were to be vaccinated.